Hello, welcome back to the Bible study. So it's been a while since I posted a video, and you're also going to notice some changes as the fact that the background is going to be different. So I now have a green screen, so yay for that. So the format of my video, well, not so much format, the way I do it, there's no longer a desk, stuff like that. We've moved houses, and so this will set up like out right now is not permanent, but it is just for a quick use purpose for now. Is how I set it up. I'm going to plan on trying to set up something more stable in the future. But with that, today's chapter, and since I have green screen now, I'm just going to be word. Like, I'm going to shrink myself down to this little corner. Words pop up here. Future me do that now. And when Abram was 90 years old and 99, and when Abram was 90 years old and 9, he was 99 years old. The Lord appeared unto Abram and said to him, I am the mighty God. Walk before me, and thou be perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee. I will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell upon his face. And God talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee. Thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name be any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For the father of many nations I have made thee. And I will thee exceed, being fruitful. I will make nations out of thee, kings shall come out of thee. I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed, further thee in their generations, for an everlasting covenant. To God, unto thee, thy will seed be after thee. I will give unto thee, and to seed after thee, the land where thou art a stranger, a land of Canaan. For the everlasting possessions I will be their God. And God said to Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant there, for thy seed after thee and their generations. This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you, and thy seed after. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. You shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be the token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he said, that is in 8 days shall be circumcised among you. Every man and child in your generation, he that is born in the house or brought with money of a stranger is not thy seed. He is that born in thy house, and that he must be brought with thy money needs to be circumcised. My covenant shall be in your flesh for everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised child, whose flesh foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. And God said to Abram, As for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not take her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. I will bless her and give thee a son of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she will be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be her. Then Abram fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And so Sarah that is 90 years old bear? Abram said unto God, O that Ishmael might live before thee. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear a son indeed, thou shalt call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him, an everlasting covenant, that is seed after him. As for Ishmael, I have heard thee, behold, I have blessed him and make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes he shall beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, in which Sarah shall bear thee unto this set time next year. And he left off talking with him, and God went up from Abraham. And Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were brought with his money, every single male among the men of Abram's house, were and circumcised their foreskin in the self same day, as God said unto him. Abram was 90 years old and 9 when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. And Ishmael his son was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. For in the self same day Abram had circumcised in Ishmael his son. And all the men of his house, born in the house, were brought with money from a stranger, were circumcised with him. Whew, that was quite a bit. In this chapter, God tells Abram he is going to have a son. And he also changes his name, which does the opposite of what he did the chapter before. As I explained in that video, what I read, that back then giving someone a name was showing power over them, but Hagar was young. She didn't know much better, truthfully. But in this one, he changes Abram and Sarah's name to, Sarai to Abraham and Sarah. Abraham meaning father of many, and Sarah's meaning princess. Abram's name before was exalted father, was the meaning of it. That I read. God tells Abram to go and walk before him and to be perfect. God also tells Noah and Enoch to do the same later on. Abraham falls down on his face when the Lord comes, being respectful to him. The Bible. And for this next part, I'm sorry to all the guys out there who hear the guillotine chopping sound every time you hear this word. The Bible talks a lot about circumcision. Circumcision, my bad. This next bit is going to be all about the circumcision, and the general meaning that we know today is to chop off the foreskin like they did in the Bible. And the male penises, of course. This is usually done when the child is about 8 days old. The chopping of the foreskins is a symbolization of the individual's willingness to submit themselves entirely to God and His covenants. Circumcision was a very big thing, as God said anyone who did not have it would have a broken covenant. And that's going to be the end of circumcision, so you can open your ears now, guys. Moving on to Sarah. When Abram hears Sarah is to have a child at 90 years old, he laughs, not believing in God. If God were to show up and say, you're going to have a child at 100 years old, your wife's going to have a child at 90 years old, we would be a little leery as well. Who wouldn't be? But, so, he offers a more realistic idea that his adopted son Ishmael, who is 13, would be the son. But God said to him he would have a son, and reaffirms this promise with the unborn child's name, Isaac. That's the end of the summary. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, congrats to you. Today's verse is, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. I ordained thee a prophet unto nations. Jeremiah 1:5. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help this channel grow and spread the word of Jesus Christ. This is the Bible Study. Signing off.